I'm glad they didn't put my chubby picture up, which is great. I spent the last 86 days trying to get in shape to be up here today, and it's really fun to see you guys. Just for you, not for my health or anything. I'm the last speaker before lunch because Todd Duncan hates me. But we're going to go fast. I promise we're going to go fast. Let's start with some truths. I bumped into some truths like many of you did, and these truths I'm going to talk about aren't surprises. You've all seen them before, heard these things before, but we got to start on some truths because they radically changed how I operate in the world. And as we talk through them today, and as you sit on them today, I hope they radically change how you operate in the world. Does that sound good? Okay, so let's start in the beginning. Show of hands. Who knows what echoing down a loan file means? Echoing down a loan file. Who used a double hole punch and put a loan file together? Yeah, double hole punch, put a loan, stacking order. Who put a loan in the wrong stacking order and had an underwriter hit you in the face with the file and say, give this back to me when it's stacked correctly? Let's age ourselves here. Who's ever faxed a rate sheet? Yeah, let's go, baby. My first mentor told me that he used to have a sack of dimes and he would go sit on the beach with a payphone and cold call realtors for appointments. And I said, why did you go sit on the beach? He said, because I get rejected all the time. At least I could look at the waves and feel happy. Who survived the 2008 crisis? Who was in that time period and watched the companies disappear, watched products disappear, watched your livelihood disappear? Who's had a realtor just retire on you? We've been through some changes. Is that a fair statement? You've survived some changes? In fact, one of the greatest things I've found about originators that are successful is their ability to handle change. It's your superpower. It's how you deal with the chaos of the world. You evolve and you continue to move forward, which is a critical conversation point to start with because we're going to talk about change today because it's coming. Oh my gosh, it's coming. So in 2018, my first revelation in one of these profound truths was that we've become what I call an internet-first society. See, I remember printing out MapQuest printouts to find open houses because I didn't know. Thank God I was one generation out of the Thomas Guide. Where's my Thomas Guide people? Oh my God, is that the worst? It's the worst. At least I had MapQuest printouts to find open houses with my Nokia brick phone that had Snake on it. Blackberries? Where's my BlackBerry people? But see, in that society, we were a referral-based society. When you needed information and knowledge, what did you do? You asked people. You called your parents. You asked your boss. If you needed to know what was for sale, you talked to realtors. You didn't have all of human knowledge in your pocket. But now, as this internet-first society, when we need something, what do? What do? What's your name in the front row here? What's your name? Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Is this your phone? Yeah. Can I take it? See, oh my God, right there. I'm going to take it. What's happening to Barbara right now? Is she okay? Can you feel the anxiety coming up in Barbara right now? Because why? Elon Musk, love him or hate him, had this weird statement. He said, someone asked him, when are we going to become cyborgs? When are we going to have technology implanted in our bodies? And he's like, hey, we're already there. It's just not implanted in our body, but it's always right here. Pretty amazing consumer change, isn't it? Let's do an experiment. Everybody stand up. Stand up. Grab your phone. I know you have it. Grab your phone. I don't know where to go on an Android because you're ruining our text chains, but if you have an Android, figure it out. Go ahead. Go to settings. Go down to screen time. Don't put your phone down. Screen time. Everyone got your screen time up? Come on. This is not hard. Okay. If you are averaging under 2 hours a day in screen time, sit down. Keep standing. Don't you dare sit down, you liar. Okay, 3 hours or less, sit down. 4 hours or less, sit down. 5 hours or less. 6 hours. 7 hours or less. 8 hours. I got 8:40. Who beats me? Who's got more than 8:40? What do we got? 9 hours and 4 minutes. Any other winners? 12. We got 12 over here. Okay, don't clap. Okay, he is in therapy. He has problems. Do we think as a society we're going deeper into screens or less into screens? Does anybody have a child? What happens when you take their iPad away? It's World War III. This is a consumer behavioral change that we're all experiencing. Is this fair? More and more screens. By the way, I don't care if you're like, hey, Alec, screens are destroying America. They're the worst thing that ever happened to humanity. I don't care because I'm just observing what humans are doing. Because these are the humans that you want to do what with? Help, serve, do home financing. In fact, let's just take a moment and talk for a second. What's your job? Okay, I got provider education, I like that, but let's just dumb it down for me, because I'm a stupid sales guy. What's your job? What was your name? Cindy nailed it. She said, bring in leads. See, we all start lofty. What's my job? I deliver on the dream of American home ownership. Shut up. I know you do impactful things. I'm in there. I'm so with it. I'm there. I feel you. But really, what's your job? Because what happens if your phone doesn't ring today or nobody reaches out and you have no one to talk to? It's called what? A bad day. If you don't get a chance to talk to somebody, a lead, it's a bad day. Are you with me on this? And so if your job is to get leads, because then you can do all the good stuff, right? You can provide the hope of humanity. You can give them information. You can give them education. You can do all the things you do, but unless you have someone to talk to, it's not a good day. Fair? And so I could end this talk right now. I could go to one more finishing conclusion and say, well, if everyone's on screens and everyone's on social media, and if you've seen me make any type of content, I talk about this all the time. I could wrap it up right now. You need to get in front of consumers more. You need to get on social media, get on YouTube. I could wrap it all up right now. And many of you would nod your head and go, yeah, I need to make more content. Yeah, I need to get in front of more people. If I want to have a chance to impact people, I need to get more visible. We could have a great conversation and we could end right now. The problem is that Skynet is coming. I got one person that understands Terminator. AI is here. Now, it's not here in the room, kind of, but it's coming. Do you guys agree with that? Okay. Is anybody excited about your new AI overlords? Has anybody had this intrusive thought? Well, AI's coming, so I got 1 to 3 years left to earn as much money as I can before it takes my job. Come on, we're in the nest. We can have a moment, right? We're feeling this, right? I got to work my ass off because AI is coming for my job. Here's my favorite line I've ever heard, and this is not a knock if you've used this line. I'm not coming at you personally. Have you heard this line? AI won't take your job. Loan officers who use AI will take your job. Hot, steaming garbage, that line. Did anybody here show up riding a horse? You take a stagecoach out here? You guys, us, salespeople, loan officers, we do not have a technology adoption problem. Hold up your BlackBerry. Anybody? Nobody. You don't have a technology adoption problem. All of us, all of you are going to, let's just do this. Who has used ChatGPT or an AI solution today? Raise your hand. Today. You used it today. We're all going to be using AI. It's in everything. Who still uses the Google? What's the first thing that shows up? Gemini, AI. Guys, AI is going to be I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old. You know what scares me or is kind of wild? They're going to have an AI assistant that's going to live with them their whole life. It's blowing my mind. I'm sitting here like, oh my God, it's true. They're going to have somebody they talk to that's going to help them with everything. By the way, remember when the teachers told you you have to take calculus? Because you're never going to have a calculator in your pocket? What a load of shit. Guys, my friends, all of us are going to be intimately surrounded by AI. It's coming. It's coming. See, we don't have a technology adoption problem. I'm going to tell you what our problem is. Everything that you're learning on today, this week, it's incredible, but here's our problem. Our problem is not technology. Our problem is relevancy. Everybody pretty much raised their hand. Okay, who's using AI now instead of using Google? Who's actually using ChatGPT to replace search? My friends, you're seeing it, you're living it. If you're living it, your customers are living it. We have a relevancy problem. When the internet changed all of our lives, see, the internet to me is interesting. Remember the gold rush? Who got rich in the gold rush? The people selling the pickaxes and the shovels. And the internet brought all this information. And who made a bunch of money? Google, because they sat right in the front, right? They intersected us as we went online. ChatGPT, Gemini, all these AI solutions are going to be intercepting conversations with your customers before you are. You have a relevancy problem. They're not going to call you first. See, we had this problem with the internet age because people went online first. Fair? And what happened when they went online? They got swept up by aggregators, and they got put and sold and bought and pushed to different sources. How many of you guys, I built my entire business with realtors. Anybody else here? Belly to belly, in the street. Today, when you get a referral from an agent, at what percentage, you don't have to yell this out, I don't want you to write it down because I know it's high, at what percentage are your customers coming to you already having information, a loan, a quote, something going on? Why? Because we're in an internet-first society, they're getting swept up in this thing, and AI is going to be right front and center with all of your customers. And so if their problem is relevancy, I think there's only two things to talk about. Two things to leave you with today, two things to send us out to lunch with today. Two things. Number one, how do you fight relevancy? Be connected. In fact, I would write down and circle it 1,000 times. Get obsessed with being connected. And how do you be connected to humans? Well, there's 1,000 ways, right? I mean, this isn't the masterclass on this, but like, get on social media. Hang out where they're hanging out. That's a good start. Call them. Holy shit. Pick up the phone. Talk to humans. Call them. Be in their life. Text them. Have an email strategy. Have a YouTube strategy. Yeah, all these things. Be connected to humans. Does that make sense? You know how to do it, my friends. You don't need me to tell you 7,000 ways to be connected. You know how to be connected. Go be connected in the spaces they're at. We grounded on that? Okay, the second thing. If you have a relevancy problem and they're going to be talking to AI, how do you get AI to refer you? It's a good question. Has anybody ever Googled, give me a loan officer in my market today? I mean, not Googled, I'm using it as a verb. ChatGPT'd, AI'd it. Do it, ask it. And say, hey, find me the best loan officer in Dallas, Texas. I did this on the plane out here because I was curious, what is it going to say? In fact, I went further and I said, after you gave me this list, can you explain to me why you came up with this list? How did you come up with this list? Where did you get the information to make this decision? Because guess where it didn't get the information? From a local realtor. It didn't. It didn't call a local realtor and say, who's the best loan officer in the Dallas market? We're not surprised by this. So where's it getting its information? The internet. So if you want AI to refer to you and say that you're the best loan officer in your market, what do you think you have to do? Get on the internet. So you have this be connected strategy, which you know what to do. Get on social media with your past customers and realtors. Hang out, text, call, email, all that stuff. If you want AI to influence and influence their customer and with your information, you better show up in a big way on the internet. And by the way, is the algorithm with AI going to change? Is it going to learn new things? I looked up best loan officer in Colorado. It didn't use Yelp. It didn't use Zillow. It used a website I'd never heard of before where loan officers had reviews. I'd never even heard of it before. But you're the master of your market, so what's it saying where you live? See, if you have a relevancy problem, you need to start fixing that by being connected and showing up where people are looking. Does that make sense? I got a minute and a half. I'm going to go maybe 30 seconds over. Dawn's going to kill me. I'm going to try not to. I got two things for you. First, we live in an and world, and I really want you to sit on that. The and world is that you have to show up physically doing all the old school stuff we do. Call your clients, go to broker preview, see agents, have coffee dates, have community events, host lunch and learns. All the things you do that are your superpower that you've always done, we've always done forever. It works because it's a human connection. It's real, it matters. You have to do all that stuff. And you have to show up digitally. You have to if you want to maintain your relevancy. Or you can just watch everything slip away from you over the next few years as AI dominates the attention of your consumer and directs them and shows them where to go. You have to do both, and. Local and digital. Or just be bypassed. I wrote a book on that. Yay. My final comment This is your secret superpower. Your secret superpower is that we are heading towards a world that is going to be dominated by AI. At least in the short term. Dominated. And when I say dominated, I mean AI influencers, AI actors. Hell, some of you even thought about deep faking your own self with AI, haven't you? Don't lie to me. You've thought about deep faking your own self with AI so you don't have to get on camera and make content. Your AI avatar can do it. I know you've thought this. The whole world's going to be inundated with AI. So what's your superpower? What's your secret? How are you going to cut through that? By being a human. By being a human. By just showing up. By putting yourself on camera in that position of vulnerability where you mess up sentences, where you use broken language, where your accent shows through, where your baby face or your bald spot is shining for everyone to see. That raw human authenticity is going to be your superpower in a world of AI, in a world of fakeness, in a world of superficiality. And all it takes is courage to put yourself out there. I know it sucks. I shared on Todd Duncan's stage years ago that I drove up to my first open house with the top producer in Newport Beach. I just needed to go in and meet that agent, shake their hand, because I knew if I just built a relationship with this person, over time it could change my life. And I sat out in front of that house for 30 minutes. And I drove away. I couldn't even have the courage to go in there. So I know it sucks to put a camera on and put yourself out there and share truths and help people. But it is your superpower to cut through the bullshit of AI that we're going to be heading in dead on. Does this make sense? Our problem is not adopting tech. We're all going to use AI. Our problem is relevancy. And in a world full of AI, the way to cut through that is through real human connection. So go be real humans. God bless you guys. Have a great lunch.